Not yet.
Dun, 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 dun.
All right. Good evening, YouTube fans out there. And I hope y'all had a very good hump day today. And here it is. We is live. Well, at least I think we live. My
You
wife
never
told
know
me,
nowadays.
tell me about it. My wife told me we could talk about cars, we could talk about food, we could talk about anything. I looked at her and I said, "Can we talk about girls?" She said, "No."
Yeah, you better be careful with that.
Yeah, that's the bad thing. I got to get permission to talk about that. I mean, come on. Who would have thunk it? Oh, we got to wait, what, 15 minutes?
Yeah, it's good to be careful.
Yeah. Darn it.
I'll have to get with you to turn that thing off.
Which one?
The thing that's in chat.
The heart?
Yeah.
The, shit. How would you do that? I mean, I know you've got a thing up on how to do it, but I've never went
Yeah,
on
you
that.
have to go in your studio and stuff. That's why.
Oh, shit. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. All right. I want to say hello to Harvest Mary Moon, and she says, hello, Miss Bear.
Hey.
And she says, hello back. And I want to shout out to Dana B, Copycat. You know what? Susie D, Chrissy Cat. Hello, Miss Chrissy Cat. Josh Garner, or Garner Josh. TA. Let's see. You ain't been waiting no 20 minutes, TH2. Bubble Bibble. Man, I'm getting good at that name. I'm going to tell you. White Life. Hello, sir. And I think that about covers everybody in here. I can't remember if I said hello to Sassy Cat or not. If I didn't, I apologize. Hello. Regina S. Glad y'all could make it. Huh. Okay, say I've got 23 up in here. So, how has your day been, Mr. Bushcraft?
Not too bad. I didn't get anything done that I wanted to get done, so
Ain't that life?
it's still available for me to do tomorrow.
You always got tomorrow.
Yeah. I went, like I said, I went and saw my grandyoungest today and my daughter. She was at work. And I got a request. My grandson said he wants some more apple butter. He done run out. And on the way home, I told the wife, I'm just going to make him 2 damn quarts of apple butter just for him. That boy right there will eat a whole jar by itself. You know, and his grandma, she makes some good strawberry pretzel pie. And that's her request. She makes a couple of them just to give out on Christmas, you know, like that. So, I mean, you know, hey, I love it. I really do. Because that's something right there that I guess it's made with love, if that's what you want to call it, and people thoroughly enjoy it. You know, I think they enjoy that more than they do the presents that we give out.
Yeah, that's what I was getting at. That when I was playing the Appalachian family there.
Okay.
that's what they give out for Christmas is canned good, the stuff that they've canned.
Yeah. I mean, it's good that you get a request for stuff like that because that means two things. You a good cook and people love what you cook. But then again, can't nobody outcook grandma.
They know the value of it too. So especially if they have to, be out in the garden and doing that stuff.
Oh yeah. Well, the bad thing about it is I'm dying. Wait a minute. Okay, I'm through dying.
Yeah.
The bad thing about it is I should have done gotten my apples when apple season come in, but I didn't. I stayed broke. Yeah, I do have a banner. Hang tight. But thank you, Susie D. Yeah. But now I'm going to have to go try and find some good apples. Walmart's definitely off the list.
Oh yeah. Well,
yeah. So
nothing good about them.
Yeah. So I got two choices here in town. It's either going to be Food Line or it's going to be Piggly Wiggly, one of the two. And when I make my apple butter, I've always made it with green apples. But last year, I made it with, it was a red apple, and I can't think of it. It had little white streaks in it. And
apple or Honeycrisp?
No, not Honeycrisp.
Oh.
I'd know if I heard it, and it seemed like to me people liked that apple butter better than they did if it was made with the green apples. And the reason it got to where I started making it with green apples is because I could take the peelings, dehydrate it, and make it into powder. Bam, there is my pectin when I need it.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, we know how you are with that stuff. So,
well, that's the reason I'm making it. I don't have to put a whole bag in there when it calls for 1 or 2 teaspoons. Hammer and chisel my ass. It's gonna take a stick of dynamite, maybe, and then that liable to knock a plane out of the sky. But do you know that was the last thing that I made?
What's that?
That jelly?
Yeah, that shot put. That was the last thing I made, and that was 2 years ago at least.
Oh, I thought you've had other stuff in that.
I did. But I mean, when I talk about canning like that, well, I'm talking about jelly and jams. Okay, I'm not talking about like beans or soups and nothing like that. Let's see, 9 minutes. Darn it.
Oh, you mean like creating something, just not putting it in a jar.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, now I'll sit here. I made chicken stock. I made that. That turned out good. I'm thinking about going in there, heating a jar of that up and just drinking it, period.
Yeah, it's hard to mess up chicken broth because all you have to do is just cook chicken.
Hey, who we talking to here? But I've canned, what is that?
Taco soup?
Yeah, taco soup. I got 9 pints out of that.
Pinto beans and black beans.
Done black beans, kidney beans, pinto beans. I've done
Tomatoes.
Well, I'm talking about here in the last 2 years.
Tomatoes.
Soup, beef soup. I've done that. I've done some vegetable soup. Wife keeps saying tomatoes. I've done that, but that's been a while. That was 2 years ago I done
I'm not
that.
sure.
And I ain't even opened none of them up. I got to check that just to make sure. But, you know, I mean, and now with what's going on.
Melons.
No, I didn't can none of them. I should have had. I should have saved the seeds.
They didn't make no pickles. How about that?
We don't never get enough. We can't never get the cucumbers in the house to make. They keep getting ate up before they get in the house.
Cucumber sandwiches?
Oh, God, yes. I love cucumber sandwiches.
Oh yeah,
You know.
with them raw onions in there.
No, that's what the wife likes. I'll throw mine at you if you put raw onions on it. You can hang that shit up. I took the wife. Well, I didn't really take her. You know, she just attached herself to me, and we took off.
I attached myself to you.
Yeah.
Okay.
But we went out and we got something to eat. You know, in the next big town up there. Check this out. 1 hot dog, order of fries, 1 cheese dog all the way with an order of fries, 2 drinks, $16 friggin'.
Sounds about right.
Dude, come on. My God.
Probably wasn't any good either.
Normally I would say no, but this go around, they were good. I mean, they were real good, but they wasn't worth no $16, you know. But I reckon I've done put myself in the house for so long that when I really went out to get something to eat, I thought they were going to have to take me to the hospital when they told me
it
how
was a
much.
shock.
Yeah, really. You know.
I keep telling them prices going up. They don't listen.
Well, I agree with you. You know, but
you hear that, Dixie?
Do what?
He said he agrees with you.
Look, I've been married for 40 some years. I know where my safe zone lies, okay? 40 some years. 1 minute. But
Meow.
you know, I know when to agree with her and when not to agree with her. When I went to Goodwill today, I was looking for cast iron stuff, okay?
Yeah, that's
not one piece of cast iron of nothing.
It's scarce. As soon as somebody sees a cast iron, they buy it up.
Mm-hmm. But you say I only hit one Goodwill. With that city and surrounding areas of that city, I bet you there's about 20 like Goodwill shops there. Okay.
Oh man, that'd be nice.
But
I get one and that's it.
well, it ain't just Goodwill. I can't think of the name of what I'm wanting to say.
Secondhand stores.
Yeah, secondhand stores.
Thrift
you know,
stores.
like that.
Yeah, thrift stores. Yeah.
And I would love to wake up early one morning without having to go back to sleep and just go up there for a whole day and just
just look around.
Yeah.
Well, that's what you guys need to plan. Have a day out and do it,
dude.
Early.
We can plan it, but my billfold says hell no. Susie D, are you telling me bottled water for 2 people is about $6?
Some places.
What?
Well, if that's the case, I'm gonna turn around. I'm gonna sue the hell out of Smart Water because it ain't making me much smarter.
What are you doing down there?
But I saw something on YouTube today. Now, mind you, I was out about all day. I did not get to see YouTube at all, except for when I got back. And I saw something up there that you had put out, Bushcraft. And I kind of want you to retell that story again because I didn't get all the way through it. Okay, for one thing.
Yeah.
But from what I did see, I got through it to where you was talking about the lawyer, like that. But after you get through retelling that story, I'm gonna put my 2 cents worth in. And it ain't gonna be nice. And yes, it's my channel.
Oh, yeah. Um, I usually don't talk bad about people or whatnot, but she's an evil woman, and that's me being nice.
Now you got to be careful because there's a couple of them in chat now.
Oh no, there's none of that, none of her in chat.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, she a special kind of woman. I'll put it that way.
Would you say a Karen?
Oh, Karen had horns.
Oh my. Okay,
Yeah.
I'm gonna let you tell the story.
Well, I used to work for this guy. He was retired. I think he was still in reserves or something to where he evidently got back in, but um, he owned a print shop, a packaging place, and probably about 30 rentals in this area. And I did work for him, and it was enough to keep me busy 5-6 days a week.
We're not gonna give out no names or nothing like this.
Oh no. Yeah, because he's not in the service now, but and he would go back in for certain deployments and then come back out and then do this, the other stuff. And why he was gone, I handled, his rental stuff, and I dropped the money off at his wife, which never said anything to me. I would get calls from him when he was over in Afghanistan and certain places, and he would tell me what needs done for the week or something. But anyways, she wanted a divorce, so she ended up getting everything, and she never had to go get a job. Never had a job in her life. It was always after they got married, they had a kid. Didn't want for anything. He provided everything, and he started from nothing. And the judge ended up awarding everything to her, business, everything, because he was
Deployed.
unruly husband because he was always running out of country to, because he was in the service. So he ended up going back in fully, not just part-time thing, because that's all he had. He lost his businesses and everything, and I refused to work for her, especially after what I had found out that she did and whatnot. So, but I kept in contact with him. Really nice guy. I mean, if I needed money for something, I could borrow until my next job that I would do. Really nice guy. And when I talk about him in the fact that he always redeployed, and there's something with people that are in the service when they deploy, and I'm talking about combat deploys, not going to Japan and hanging out there for 9 months or something like that. That's kind of being stationed somewhere. It's not a deployment. I'm talking about combat deployment. It changes them. And when they come home, they're all happy to be home and everything, and they're with their loved ones and stuff. But they want to go back because they don't want any of their fellow brothers to die. And if you can get somebody that's in the service talking about that, it's the same with anybody that's deployed in combat. There's movies about it, the American Sniper. There's a lot of it, and it's not that he was crazy for wanting to go back over. It's because they witness their friends dying, them getting mangled, body parts, and the whole 9 yards. So when they sit there and have to go back because they don't want their friends to die, so that's their idea. If he can go over there and save them, it's not that they want to be heroes or anything like that. They just don't want their brothers to die. And that's the reason why he ended up losing all of his business, all his money, houses, everything, because he was ruled unfit.
Well, see, in my opinion, any man or woman who is in combat service, they go through that. They develop a certain bond. People like us will never understand.
Oh yeah.
And
I've heard not just him. I've heard it from others.
Yeah.
I'll be in voice chat with my son, and a bunch of them will be talking about it and stuff. And which is very odd for somebody that's been in it to talk to somebody that hasn't been in it.
Well, that's true.
They've told me stories of things that they've been through, and yet
Hello, Sniffer.
I still can't get my son to talk about it, which is
well, for one thing. See, I had a brother who was over there when Iran and everything first started. I think 2002, somewhere along in there. He went through all of them.
Yeah.
He was deployed in all of them. And it's getting to the point now that he is just starting to talk about it.
Mhm.
But it's because of his girlfriend that he's with. She's bringing it out of him a little bit, but he still won't really say exactly what happened or nothing like that. And like you, I've also got friends who has been over there, or I've known people who's been over there.
Yeah.
Won't none of them talk about it because it brings back memories. And for that, I understand,
Mhm. And
And
you can tell if you've known somebody before and after. And I'm not talking about deployment to where you just sit in base all day and never do anything. There's
oh, you're right.
something different from when somebody is in combat that you can't explain it. You know the difference between them before and after.
Yeah, there's a big change, temperament, I don't exactly know how to put this.
You can't explain it.
No,
And it's one of those things. Uh, Normal people won't understand it because, and I'm not saying they're not normal people, but you, someone that hasn't served doesn't know the or hasn't been in combat doesn't understand it.
yeah. I pray from what I've seen and have observed, I truly pray we never go into full combat
Mhm.
because I got a grandson who is of age right now. If they was to do the
Yeah, and look
drive,
how many years you have to worry about it too.
well, it ain't just when he's in there you're worrying about it. It's
No, I mean it's just not like from when he's 18. It's not like, well, when he turns 19, you don't have to worry anymore. It's all the way up to 35. And if it gets
yeah,
really bad, it'll go higher than that.
yeah, it will.
Yeah.
And I have heard at one time, I've heard that they was talking about bumping it all the way up to 40 some if it come right down to it. For the
Yeah,
simple fact is, people are not, what do you call that? The branches are not meeting their quota.
oh
They are,
yeah, but
they
that
are
has
waiting.
nothing to do with the draft though.
But if it comes down to it, everything's going to get filled. You know that it's going to be
Oh
about
yeah.
like
Yeah.
it was in Nam. But the only thing about it is, you're not going to be able to go nowhere and hide because let's say every country is going to be involved in this go round.
Oh, there's always going to be people that run and hide.
Yeah, yeah, there will be.
It's could you could you see some of these high heel wearing guys running around?
Dude, that shit will change. They may go in high heels, but they'll be coming out in flats. And I do believe I don't hate to say it, but I'm going to say it this way: their balls is going to drop when they go in, when they come out of boot camp. Okay, they may
Well,
go in wrist
it
flippers, but they ain't coming out like that.
it isn't the way it used to be though.
Man, I have
I'm
seen.
afraid.
Hello, Miss Lake.
And one broke a nail.
you
Probably trying to
know,
open that flashlight.
hey, 101. Well, I pick with my wife. I'll tell her. And, well, with my condition and everything, I can get her on this. I tell her I need to go to the hospital. She'll look at me. What'd you do now? I said, I broke a nail. I need to go have it trimmed up. And she'll throw something at me. But my 2 cents were on that story you was talking about. That lawyer, and I really
judge.
Okay, judge.
Yeah.
I truly hope you're watching this, which I seriously doubt you are. But if you get a hold of this, I want you to email me. Is a piece of shit. I'm sorry.
Oh yeah.
Okay. I mean, no ifs, ands, or buts about it. But for somebody who goes overseas, puts his life on the line for his country, and a judge do that to him.
And family. He put his life on the line for his family.
Yeah.
Too. Because they're part of this country. And that's the thing I brought up to him. I said, how are you unfit if you went over and fought for them in another country?
But I mean, that piece of shit needs to go over there for at least 1 year and do what he done. I guarantee you that judge would have different opinion.
Oh, probably not.
Well, I'm not going to say what I want to, but
no, she didn't have a good attorney either. It was
all judge.
All judge.
Well, say somebody needs to stand that judge up and just in a corner and smack him with wet.
It's a her. It's a her.
I know. Okay, that's even better. And just smack her with soap.
Well, no, you don't smack women, even though there's some.
When I say smack, okay, I don't mean open-handed. I'm talking about with a wet sponge. And let's go all out and dip the sponges in some dirty water. Let's put it like that. She does not by far have my respect, period. And I don't even know this judge.
Yeah. I don't think she's even in this area anymore.
Oh, so they moved her sorry ass somewhere else.
I don't know.
Well,
I mean, I don't go and follow the the judges or anything like that in this area. But far as I know, because I haven't heard anybody complain about her for a while.
Well, I was going to say she must have had some presidential knee pads, but you told me it was a female. It could be just regular knee pads. I mean, that right there, it kind of irks me.
Oh yeah. But the thing, and he told me that he was hoping that he would end things in combat, if you know what I mean.
I hope not.
No, he's back and he's out and everything now because retired and whatnot. But when he was in, because like I said, I had me and another friend of ours was the only people in this town that he would talk to and communicate, saying I'm doing good, and or he's over here doing this or whatnot, and which I kind of wish he was still in because I could maybe get a favor.
Cement flow.
But when I last time I talked to him, which was earlier today, right before I was headed out, and we were talking, and I I basically told him, you don't know where our lives are going to go from one day to the next, and because he's at the point where he doesn't know where he's going to go and what he's going to do, and I told him that with his experience in the military and going through what he's gone through, being married and having to do the deployment stuff that I was talking about earlier, I said he should talk to other soldiers that are going through this, or that might go through it and whatnot. And of course, they're not going to get paid for it because anything with the military, they don't. And that's what irritates me. And like I said on video, is you get these charities where people are making millions of dollars just sitting in an office not doing anything. And there are people that, like my friend, could help people, and it's all voluntary. There's no pay or anything. And when we were talking, I said he should be, a mentor or whatever they're called. And he said, it's funny you say that. He said he was offered a position just to exactly what I said, about helping other soldiers that are still enlisted, about getting help and whatnot for the always wanting to redeploy thing, because that is a thing, that is a major thing that goes on for those who are in the service. They always want to go back, and once they come home, they can't sit still. They have to go back because it's that need to be there. So, and that's what he said. It's not that he miss, deleting the enemy. I'll put it that way. It's because he doesn't want to lose any of his brothers.
Well, now I kind of been reading a little bit of chat while you was talking, and I'm sorry, when I get on the roll, I don't pay attention to chat, and I should. I apologize, but it was said that people were talking to us on there, and I went back through, and one of them said, I don't want my grandson to be drafted. I can't remember exactly who said that.
I don't think anybody does.
No, nobody does.
No.
I've got two grandsons, one who is of age right now,
18.
and another one who's going to be of age in a couple of more years.
Mm.
And I don't want them to go, It breaks my heart. It really would. But at the same time, it's like this also. I look at it like this. People has to go in order to keep us free. So the pansies, I'll put it like that, the far left and so forth, can talk the shit that they talk. Okay? Now, I'm going to say this right here, and it'll probably get hit me in the rear end later on down the road. But other people from other countries come in and they get jobs, up in the government. I'll put it like that. And they talk shit about Americans and everything. Number one is, my opinion, that's treason. You need to remove them. And if it gets bad enough, send their ass back home and let them talk like that over there and see how long it lasts.
Yeah.
Okay. Because we know some countries or what they do to certain types of people. Okay. I don't like it no more than anybody else does. But yet I have accepted certain types of people. It don't bother me near as bad as it used to. I live with it. And I'm going to say this. I am friends with a few of them, but that's as far as it goes. And I've told a couple of them, if they reach down and grab my tail, they're going to be missing some teeth. Plain simple. I may not like what that person does, but I may like the person, period. Like that. I figure they are the ones that's going to have to answer to it at Judgment Day. It's not up to us to judge other people, period. But yet, there's not a one here that's been born that don't judge. Even pastors will judge, okay? Good pastors. And in my mind, once you think it, the way I've been told, it's already been said. I'm just saying it's not right. And it's time for me to move on to another subject. Because that's something I don't want to get fired up on.
Hey, Peanut.
Hey, Nut House.
Yeah, there's a big difference between World War II and Vietnam. There was everybody enlisted. They volunteered to go in. It was no draft or anything. They were waiting in line to go. They were waiting. As soon as it was time for them to graduate, boom, they were off into boot camp. Now, Vietnam came along. There was draft all over the place, and people were
running,
booking it left and right to try to dodge the draft.
Yeah. See, when people,
and now we're kind of at that. I'm not saying there's a draft or anything right now, but
there's talk.
Yeah. And we still have a long way, unless something happens, a long way before that would happen, because I think they have a number, which I can't remember what it is, but we're like 100,000s away from it. If we get below that number, then it kicks back in, because we have hundreds and hundreds of thousands of military in other countries. It's just they're not all over here in the United States.
No,
they're in countries that you would never think we would have a military presence. And we have bases in these other countries. And some of them are in unfriendly territory, but we still have a base there and we still have military there.
There is some that, like you said, in other countries that where we are so hated that our people are not allowed off of base because, for the simple fact,
Oh
they
yeah,
back.
you're not allowed off base where you're deployed. They'll let you go to leave, but you won't be dressed. Uh, you'll actually go to maybe another country for your leave
Yeah,
for a weekend or something like that. You don't leave base unless it's you're on patrol or you have to go out and do something. It's even here. Very, very seldom will you see somebody walking around in their
uniform.
uniform, their skivvies or whatever you want to call them.
Well, now,
Because our military is on a hit list,
yeah,
and they tell you when you leave you're not allowed to, unless you're in a unit going out for delivering your delivering vehicles or tanks or whatever the case may be. Then you're all dressed the same. But
now I'm wanting to say, and please do not quote me on this country, but I'm wanting to say when we were deployed over there in Iran, when squads would be in vehicles to make deliveries, they were not allowed to stop at stop signs or stoplights.
well,
They had to
you're
go
thinking of
through.
Iraq.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
we're not in Iran.
Well, I was talking about a while back ago.
Oh no, we haven't been in Iran for a long.
Okay.
Well,
Okay.
we do have something there, but it's not a base.
Okay. But
Yeah,
still,
yeah.
Iraq.
In
Okay.
Iraq, you're right. And if somebody uh, would get in certain feet from the convoy, they would get a warning of
Yeah.
to
A
get
right
back.
seat.
Yeah,
I
and that
mean,
and that's well, they have orders in certain territories where they're allowed to do that. Yeah, that's what I was talking about. That's the only thing they have. They don't have military bases in Iran.
and that's a shame. And y'all say free America or, something to that. Well, and for that meaning to be free, we have to send people over there. Okay. I don't like it. I can't stand it. For the simple fact is, I've got grandyoungins and well, my son is past the age, but my daughter, if they was to bump it up, she's right there at the end of it. You know, I'm still worried about that right there, but at the same time, I'm looking at it like this. If you want to be free, freedom is not cheap. I forget
Oh no,
exactly how that saying goes, but
there's been a lot of Americans that bled for that freedom.
man, like you would not believe. And when people were taking the flags down, stomping them and burning them, I'm highly, highly surprised there wasn't a bunch of fights on account of that. You
Yeah.
know,
Well, it's
and
the thing now. America is
still till this day,
I don't even like talking about it.
I don't. Well, I'm not crazy about it,
Ugh.
but I have talked to veterans who have bled for that, and they have flat out said if it was to happen in front of them, they'd probably be going to jail after the hospital.
Oh yeah, there's um well, I think he may be one of the oldest right now from World War II. Um,
What, 100?
there was there's, and I'm not saying anything about female in the military or anything, but she was uh, not dressed in the right way a soldier should be dressed. She had makeup on and doing some nasty things, and that brought a tear to this old guy's eye, and he says that just if you're he says if I get upset and die right here because he's so old, um
Hello, Great Jam.
it's because I'm so pissed off that uh these young people don't know what I had to go through and what my friends died for so that they could make a mockery of that uniform.
Well, I want to say welcome to the show, Great Jams. But I think, now this is me thinking only, okay? Nobody else. I think after high school that everybody needs to go through a boot camp, okay? And if you drop out of high school, I think you need to go right there and then. 16, 17, 18. You know, now Japan, they do it. You know,
Yeah.
everybody pulls 4 years.
Yeah. And
Regardless.
that's everybody forgets that's why we have our freedom. They don't have to do that.
Right.
But then we end up with
Certain people.
I don't even know what to call them anymore. The Fruit Loops. Just Fruit Loops.
That used to be a good cereal, but if that's what Fruit Loops do to this generation, take it off the shelf. You know, like Wheaties. And I just stirred up a big controversy over that one. Hello, Carol Z. Welcome. Does anybody else go live tonight after us? Okay.
Sure there is. But yeah. Because there's always somebody. Right now there's probably about a few 100,000 people live.
Oh, you want to be smart now.
Well, there is, but
I'm talking about in our family.
oh, not that I know of.
Okay.
That's Wednesdays.
Yeah. I wasn't sure if Bigfoot was going to go live tonight or not, but I think he goes live on Thursdays, don't he?
Yeah, Thursday.
Be Charming, you so right. Spawns of Satan himself. Yeah. See, people like us, okay, we know what's coming down the line. We just about know the future. And when we talk about it to certain people, we're crazy, we're lunatics, we don't know what we're talking about. And I'm going to say from 2019 up till present, okay, everything wait a minute, just about everything we have said has happened. And I said just about it. That right there ought to wake up a bunch of people, but still, their mindset is so warped. They don't even know if they want to be a male or female.
You can't wake up the dead.
No, you can't. Jesus is the only one that can do that. And that's going to happen here, I'm going to say shortly. Okay. Yeah. That is another show on its own. And I'd have to get Bigfoot up here with me when I do something like that, because the Bible is one thing you don't want to misquote, period. And I'm going to leave that alone right there with that. This
I'm
world,
trying to figure out what Vester is talking about.
worded it different, but right now, compared to 20 years ago, it's gone to hell in a handbag. Plain and simple.
More than 20. Well, 20 still was fine.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. What, 15 years ago?
I would say, like I was saying, Reagan. Anything after Reagan wasn't, and I don't try to put Trump in this because he had his hands pretty much tied during his
reign,
his presidency.
Yeah,
I mean, the Senate or the House tried to keep him impeached the whole time. They never got all the money that was wasted on those trials and investigations and this and that, all that stuff that could have been done. And that's the thing that irritates me about. It seems like as soon as a new president comes in, they try to erase everything the last one did.
Yeah.
Sometimes that's needed, but
especially the next
it seems like that first the 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, it is used to fix the other person's problems that they made. So unless you do 2 terms, you're pretty much, your hands are tied, and it doesn't make any difference who you are or how good you are or how bad you are. Look what Biden did when he could stand up. All he did was erase everything or try to erase everything that Trump did.
Yeah.
So now he's yeah.
Well,
like I said, you remember, and then we had Clinton, all the stuff that Clinton did.
I don't think he was the president.
Well, we had Bush, the older Bush, and then we had Clinton, and then the younger Bush, and then the Obama thing. I mean, take your pick. Which out of the 2 Bushes and the Clinton and the Obama? Can you pick a good one out of that?
Other than Trump, I'm talking about in my lifetime, okay? Other than Trump, I think Reagan was the only other one that I really liked. Reagan would talk shit right back. He didn't care. You know, it seemed like to me those two were for the people. All right.
Um, there's probably a little bit more.
Well, I'm not.
Kennedy,
Well, see, I don't.
maybe.
I know of Kennedy.
Yeah.
Kennedy was assassinated when I was 2 years old. Okay, so I really don't know. I think when I really started getting into it and everything was Nixon. Okay,
Oh yeah.
that's when I started paying attention. But here, since Clinton, I'll put it since Clinton, my eyes has or my mind has really been focused more since then than any other time. Before that, it was going to work, making money, supporting my family, and going fishing. Okay, like that. Since 2019, my game has beefed up, and I'm not talking in a good way. I don't like where my life has gone since 2019. My wife would tell you, and I really hate to say it, but I'm one of those type that kind of watches the news to see what's going on. And at the same time, when I see the news, I'm thinking this: how much of this is bullshit? How much of it is truth? And depending on which one I'm looking at, the only truth I hear in that is what today and year it is. And I'm getting to the point, is that really true anymore?
Mm-hmm.
You know, supposed to be hump day. Chicken Noodle Girl asked me, what day is it? But I mean, Ark Wildman in the room. Hello, sir. And this world has changed big time since 2019.
Well,
I mean,
we are still better as a country, better than a lot of other countries.
dude.
And I'm not talking about who has the most money or the most soldiers or anything like that. I'm talking about freedoms. Even though it's more and more of our freedoms are disappearing, we are still tons better than a lot of other countries.
Well, that's true. I remember my parents and their generation saying, we used to be number one, but that was back in the 50s. Okay.
Well, yeah, I'm not talking about that part. I'm talking about our freedom, because
Well,
you go like these people that complain about how awful United States is. There was a basketball player that hated the United States until she ended up in Russia and locked up. And then she loves the good US of A now.
well, if that's what it takes,
there's a big difference between
hey, give me some time.
your rights and how you're treated in other countries. Some of them, there's a lot of stuff that you can't do in other countries that you just don't even think about. Here, you get away with what we're doing now, talking. There's places that if they heard us talking like this, one day there's a knock on the door and then you're off the air.
Well, funny you should mention that. I forgot which creator said it, but YouTube is going through some changes again. All right. And there's going to be a lot of them. YouTube is going to drop a lot of creators on account of the way we are talking. And there was a bunch of names on that list. The only one I can remember is Pinball. They fixing to drop him on account of the way he talks about, in other words, freely. I'll say it like that. The truth. The people who speak the truth the loudest are the ones that is scaring the people up top. All right. They want to, how do you put that? Censor what we say because we are speaking the truth and it's getting out there. You know, and that's what I saw today. And like I said, I cannot remember the creator who put that up. And there are some creators out there who's got a large gathering. I don't like them. You know, it's just, they may be fine, but there is just something about them. You know, I can't put my finger on it, but I can put my finger on this. I can keep scrolling till I find something I like. And here in the last, 6, 8 months, it seems like I'm watching fishing programs or people fixing up junk cars to run, you know, like that. I love to know what's going on in this world. But yet, at the same time, I want the truth of it.
Yeah. I was going to say,
you know, because,
and it's really hard to get that when one person breaks a story and then 80 different other people tell their versions of it. And by the time you watch it, oh, wow, really that happened? And no, that really didn't happen.
Well, they are
like,
not.
There's so much fake news coming out of the stuff in the Israel stuff. So much fake stuff. And the thing is, I watch them, and what do? They bring up something that is like from CNN or Fox News or a news company or a news company that's owned by Fox or CNN or MS blah, 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 or whatever those places are. And it's, do you believe anything that they say? And why are they're using all these creators to put out the same fake stuff?
The best news you get is from creators. I remember a time.
Not all creators.
Well,
that's I'll give you that. Everybody's, they see it on news and, I'm going to go make a video and report on it.
I'm not going to disagree with you there. But I do remember a time when a reporter lost his job because...
Very true. Can't trust the Weather Channel either.
But he lost his job because he put a wrong quote in. And
not anymore though. You can just make up anything.
Shit, they get fired if they tell the truth. But you see, we've said it, I've said it, Bushcraft has said it. So many creators have said what I'm fixing to say. Do your own damn research. Don't just go by what other people say. It may sound good and so forth. And yeah, I put it like this. I piggyback off a lot of creators, but the creators that I piggyback off of, I will mention them for the simple fact is I know that they dig into the news and everything, you know, and it's not just hearsay when they say it. I don't know if they want me to say their names, but I will say three of them right now. You know, there is Bushcraft. He digs deep. You know, we may have disagreement on here at times, and then you got Lake Ferry and her husband. They dig into it. Trust in God. You know, he digs into stuff, but he don't really get into it like other creators do. But he lets you know what's going on. You know, and there are many more out there, but you just got to figure out who is telling the truth.
Mm.
Now,
Where,
there's some
where their
creators.
sources are.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's the thing. We used to put where our source was, and then it got to where you're going to get in trouble if you put the source link in your description because it's not what YouTube agrees on. So you can actually get a strike for it now. So we have to pick and choose where to put the source from.
Yeah.
There's a month ago, because I think it's almost a month now that the Israel thing's been going on. It was a big news that we deployed a fleet of ships, and they had video of it and everything.
Yeah.
Um, Wrong. The ship, half the ships that were in that fleet in or video that it was showed have been decommissioned. So all the majority of those ships, there was the main battleship, and then there was two other frigates, and the rest had already been decommissioned. But everybody said we had all this fleet of ships headed over there.
No. Well, now y'all remember.
The other thing was this: most of those ships were already deployed in a certain area, which all they had to do is drive over or sail over or whatever they call it when their ships are going.
Sleeping, would you?
So it wasn't like, oh, we send them from the United States and they made it over there in a day. It takes a long time for a ship to get from United States over to the Middle East.
Well, there's something else too. Y'all must remember this. And this is the way that I grew up and the way things is happening now. I'm not for sure. They're not going to televise or advertise where they send in the ships until they get there. Plain and simple. You know, it's
or it's just a president trying to be a big shot.
Yeah.
And they're not really actually going there.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You know, because I know what I'm wanting to say, but guaranteed I'll get in trouble for it. I mean, let's just, wife's telling me to shut up. Plain and simple. We're not going to tell other countries what we fixing to do.
Yeah, there you go. What? You just take the train over.
Well, I will grant you one thing: it won't sink because it's already on the bottom.
I'm not if you ask Biden. He's already got the train that goes all the way to India. I'm wondering if there might be just one that he wasn't supposed to tell about underground. You never know.
I like to see him get on the first ride on that. I would pay for his ticket to get on that one because you look at how much pressure is up underneath that ocean. And he's going to have so many cars attached to that engine. I can probably safely say all of them ain't going to make it if any of them does.
And that's one thing I always got a kick out of. They have websites that project what DEF CON we're at, but there is nobody, not even that's in the military. You can ask somebody that's in whatever branch, unless they're way up on the chain. You ask, oh, what DEF CON are we on? They ain't gonna know. They say, I don't know. that's up. Those are the big guys that know that.
They're going to ask you, what's DEF CON?
Yeah. I mean, there's generals that wouldn't even know.
But yeah.
That's like advertising what the codes are to the football. And I'm not talking about the one you throw, the other one.
Yeah. Only two people's got that, to my knowledge. It's supposed to have that.
And it's the thing, you really don't know who does.
True.
I mean, there's people who think they know, but the government is so secretive. Half that stuff we don't know and may never know. I mean, look at all the stuff that from Kennedy's assassination or whatever you want to call it thing. There was so much over that, and I think they're supposed to be releasing some of that stuff in a certain amount of time, but the people who would have been involved in that would all be dead anyway. So I don't know why they don't release some of that stuff.
Well, now Trust put in chat what he thinks DEF CON should be. Don't educate foreign commies on news. And yes, I said it. But yeah, I don't know. It's just so damn much is wrong with our country. And I'm going to put it like this. It's our fault. We let it get like that. You know, I want to say vote them out, but I don't think you can do that anymore. Now,
Yeah. I mean, you can do your thing. But is that really do you trust that's actually doing the right thing? Now, I don't mean it in saying that you're doing the wrong thing or anybody's doing the wrong thing, but
I'm in trouble.
Do you believe 100% that when you push the button or do the check or however you do it or you mail it in, are you 100% positive that vote goes to where it's supposed to go and everybody else in this country, it goes to where it's supposed to go, and there's no hanky panky involved.
I'll be the first one to say it. Hell no, I don't believe it.
And the whole thing could be just a pipe dream because it's already planned out.
Yeah. Yeah, they just make us think that we've winning. But answer this right here. How many candidates has got up there saying they're going to do this, they're going to do that, yada, yada, yada. And yet, when they get voted in, that's the last you hear about it. They don't do nothing, hardly. They may do one or two things, but that's it. They don't do what they say, what their campaign was about.
Sorry to hear that, Harvest Mary Moon. Hope you feel better.
What's wrong?
She got hurt.
She got hurt.
Cut her leg.
Oh,
yeah.
Harvest, I am sorry about that. 4 inches.
For what?
Weed eating, really?
Yeah, them weed eaters are.
They tear you up.
Yeah.
Thank God.
Now they got them cables that are wrapped in or coated in plastic.
Yeah.
It used to be just plastic and they would break off real easy. Now, ooh, you get hit with one of them, you know it.
Well, it ain't. I mean, the cables are bad, okay? But what about them damn saw blades and everything they got on there? Dude, look, I've seen people take saw blades. I'm talking real saw blades from a skill saw and adapt it onto a weed eater. I'm sitting here, I'm thinking, you got to be the stupidest damn fool I've seen. Because you've got more force from a weed eater than you do a rip saw. What happens if you hit a limb or something and it shears that bolt? Where is that saw blade going? The chances are you done lost half a leg.
They make blades for them now.
Oh, I know they make blades.
You don't have to put a saw blade on there. They make regular weed eaters that are meant to go in and clear like branches like that.
Right. Well, see, I understand that part. Okay, I would buy one. But to take a saw blade from a skill saw and adapt it to a weed eater, no, I can't. To me, that's stupid. Anything could go wrong. It's not made for that. I'm sorry. That's the way I feel.
Yeah, I've taken.
That's your story and you're sticking to it.
And ain't backing down from it.
Bannings off of which was probably a 1-inch strip that holds skids and boxes and stuff or lumber, and I cut it off and drilled a hole in it and used that for a blade on a weed eater.
Damn, dude.
Man, that thing will rip through any little twigs and anything. But when you use stuff like that, if you use like them little green weed eater ones that have the curved thing, you'll break that cable inside because they're not meant to. If you hit something hard, it snaps that cable.
Yeah, I thought about that. But it's like this. If you're willing enough to get out there and try something like that, don't have nobody else out there with you when you do it. If you want to be dumb enough to try it, then I'm going to say more power to you. It may work. Then again, when you're doing something like that, there's always going to be that chance that it's going to fail.
Oh yeah. That's anything you do.
Why?
I've seen weed eaters blow up and take somebody's arm off. So
My wife's sitting over here making faces at me. I'm
yeah,
a man.
anything
I'm
you
a
do,
man
you have.
bird.
I mean, you go check your mail, and there's a chance the airplane fall on you.
Well, how many times has an airplane flew into a house? There's quite a few times.
Oh yeah. I thought you was going to ask me how many times an airplane fell on me. I'm like, far as I know, none.
But in one of the cities that I lived in, one of the houses behind the airport, the something happened to the airplane and it crashed into two houses.
Mm,
You know,
you
I
it's
thought,
like when you go to those air shows.
yeah.
The percentage of one of them planes falling on you is very high. They did a thing on it, and I was like, really?
All I
That's not
know,
saying it's going to happen. I don't want to get everybody afraid of going out and doing stuff, but stuff happens sometimes.
well, there's been quite a few of them air shows where
Hmm.
tragedy has happened. I'll put it like that.
Yeah,
You know,
and what they say, um, there's more chance of you getting hit with a meteorite than it is for you to die in a plane crash. And I'm like, I don't hear that many times people died being hit with a meteorite. I don't know where they figure this out or whatnot, but
I like to know what good stuff they were smoking when they come up with that.
evidently it happens. I don't know, because there are stuff that falls from the sky a lot, but I don't hear about it. It's not nothing you usually hear. But boy,
Well,
when a plane goes down, you hear about that.
well, I'll say this right here. You stand a better chance of getting hit with black ice than you would winning the lottery. And you know what black ice is, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I know you have a higher chance of dying in a car wreck than you do an airplane.
Oh God, yeah. There's more
Yeah.
cars on the road.
That makes more sense to me than the meteorite thing, because I just never hear of people dying from a meteor coming through their house and taking them out. I've
I
seen
don't,
movies, you
I
know.
don't think I've ever heard of somebody dying by getting hit by a meteor.
Uh,
I mean, seriously, have you?
no, that's what I meant. I don't know where they, and it could be in other countries that get hit a lot. I don't know.
Hello, Miss Rose Young. But have you noticed when one hits, normally it's in the ocean? It's never really on land. Now, I'm not
No,
saying it don't never happen.
actually, it happens a lot in Arizona because there are people that uh, when they read reports or something from somewhere, I don't know. As soon as it happens, because there used to be a show on it,
Oh yeah.
boom, they're out there to get that as soon as they can because it's worth. There's some that are worth lots and lots of money.
Hello, Miss Rose Young. I'm glad you finally showed up. Well, I don't mean it like that, but I'm gonna let you take control. I've heard something downstairs. I got to take care of.
Make sure you close the door.
I'll just mute myself.
Yeah, I used to watch. I forget what show it was, and they would have like percentages. Oh, you have this percentage of dying and crossing the street compared to this. I forget what show that was. You remember in the '80s there was um, a video. What was it? They would show people what happens when you die and different things. I can't remember the name of the video cassette of that. It had something about death in it or something like that, and it was um, stuff they won't advertise and they won't tell you about and things like that. It was a movie. It was in the '80s, and it was like outlawed in a lot of places. Some places you couldn't even rent it. Um, they would actually show. I think that might be it. Faces of Death. They would actually peel somebody's head or their skin to where they get to their brain and take it out to get them bombed or whatever they call it. And there, and that kind of remind me of the doom and gloom stuff of you have a chance of dying walking across the street or riding a bike somewhere. And I remember one of them because there was multiple cassettes of this or VCRs or VHS cassettes, and I remember one of them was that they would, and this is going to be gross, but they would put a monkey pull his head up through the table, and why he was alive, and people would eat his brain right there because it was some give you powers or something like that. Really weird. And that was that whole series. Yeah, it was gross. And like I said, a lot of places, I don't even think you can get it at Blockbusters. Yeah, Faces of Death. That was freaky. I mean, could you imagine them coming out with that now? Uh, that gory stuff like that. Oh man, they would be canceled so quick. But that was the '80s. uh, yeah, I remember when you had. Remember going to Blockbusters to when you were running around trying to get the last cassette of a movie before anybody else did, and you would be fined like 25 or 50 cents for not rewinding the movie.
$1 down here.
Well, I'm talking about when it first
Started.
was a thing, yeah. Because it wasn't that much. Because you could go in and rent for $1.
Yeah.
Some of the movies. Yep. Be kind and rewind.
Well, now I was so glad when they come out with that car VHS rewinder.
Yeah. I had a red Corvette.
Yeah. Well, I don't think we had one of those, but you go and rent 7, 8 movies for a weekend.
Yeah.
You want to hurry up and watch them. You don't want to take time to sit there for a couple of minutes.
Yeah.
And when that car rewinder come out, that was the best damn thing they come out with. Because
Yeah.
you're watching another movie while the other one rewinds.
It took a long time when you hit rewind and then everybody went to the bathroom and sat back down to watch another movie and it's still going. It's still rewinding.
Yeah, really.
Oh, I used to
Yeah.
hate that.
Now,
Or a cassette. You didn't like the other side of the cassette, so you had to rewind it to get back to the side that you liked.
yeah. Now,
Eight
what got
track,
me?
you're just screwed.
Oh, yeah, really. And what got me with the 8 tracks, right in the middle of a song, it would change tracks. But
Especially if you're in a car. Yeah, it did that a lot in the
yeah,
car.
but I think what got me was our neighbors. We had a DVD player, okay, and I reckon they ain't been too long come out, maybe a couple of years. Our neighbor went and rented some DVDs and brought them over to the house to watch them. I said, "All right, go ahead." And
Oh, yeah, that's a bad birthday movie.
was
Oh,
that?
uh, I was telling him about that. It was like a movie series that they had. There was multiple faces of death,
Oh yeah.
and uh, Jennifer was saying that she had made the mistake of renting that for her birthday.
Oh no.
And the one I was talking about is when they pulled a monkey's head up through the table
Yeah.
and cut the top of it off and was sitting there munching down while the monkey was,
Still kicking.
yeah.
Yeah. But next door neighbor, she would rewind the DVDs. And I asked her, "What the Sam heck are you doing?" She said, she had, damn, that's scary. And she said, "What do you mean?" I said, "You don't rewind DVDs." She said, "Yes, you do too." I said, "No, you don't." I said, "Because they automatically go start at the beginning every time." She said, "No, it don't." I said, "Pop it out." She pops it out, and I said, "Now hit play." She hit play, and guess what? It started at the beginning. She thought you had to rewind all the DVDs, and there she's been at home rewinding every one of them before she takes them back. And I went, God. But man, I could tell you stories about them two ladies. You would sit here and laugh the whole damn time. I mean, they was a trip.
But that was the thing though. Back 80s, 90s was, blockbusters or, rental places
Yeah, I think.
because they had deals like and there was the new releases and then there was the other ones that were really cheap to rent. You would get them for like 3 or 4 days,
Yeah,
and the weekends you would stay up watching those things.
yeah.
And I've got the players out there, and I will put a movie in there, and it's like, this is horrible. How did I watch this? Because
Man,
it's so grainy, and it. But back then, it looked good. It was, it was awesome. It was like you were at the movies.
And when the new movies come in, you couldn't even get a hold to them.
no,
Yeah, you had to get there. And what about calling them up and reserving movies?
oh, dude, you'd be surprised how many times I would reserve the movies, go pick them up. Oh, we rented it out. I said, I put it on reserve.
Yeah.
That you didn't come in here fast enough. I have chewed out quite a few people for that. But blockbusters, I will put it to you like this. They had every movie you could think of, and
No
then
doubt.
some. They had, when they first come out, they had a book of every movie that they had that you could order.
And
And
games.
yeah, well, that was before the games.
Yeah.
But I bet you there was something like 30 or 40 pages. And each page had, it seemed like 100 movies on each page. Dude, that's a lot of damn movies.
Yeah.
And I've got a huge collections of VCRs and DVDs.
Yeah.
Yep.
Every time, well, that's my son's thing. He'll go in and look at the Goodwill for ones that we don't have and stuff, like we're missing certain ones,
Yeah.
and he'll look for them. And he knows some of the rare ones that if he finds them that to grab it.
Well, now, do you remember the DVD bin in Walmart? $5 for a DVD, and
Yeah,
people.
they still have it.
Oh, they do.
Yeah.
Damn. I've seen people take empty buggies and go back there just to go through the bins till they get all the way to the bottom.
Yeah,
You
know.
know.
I've been looking for a lot of the older ones.
Life with Bobby, I used to do the same thing.
Those are really hard to find nowadays.
I've got one. I don't know if you know who I'm talking about. The Trinity Boys. They had two. Let's see. Trinity is my name, and they still call me Trinity. One I've got. The other one you can't get no more. I can't remember which one it is.
I'm trying to think.
Terrence Hill and Bud Spencer.
Oh, I probably got at least about 400 movies in DVD or Blu-ray.
I've got about that amount.
Now VHS, that's my son has a big collection, and Facebook Market, it wasn't Facebook Market. This was a thing that they have on the radio stations called Trading Post.
Yeah,
they were selling VHS in boxes. They had boxes full, and I got them for $2 a box. And I got like 6 or 7 boxes full of movies, VHS. And that was one of his Christmas presents because he collects them.
Well,
and
now
there were Disney movies and all kinds of other movies in that thing.
Well, now we've got 2 or 3 totes of VHS movies. Okay. And we've got, oh God, what, 6, 7 boxes of DVDs.
I've got something. Now you have a VCR and you have a DVD player. I want to hear in chat because I've tested this. Now, out of the two, which one uses less power?
I'm gonna say the VCR. I've got.
I want to see in chat what everybody thinks. And I've actually tested this. Just a regular player and a regular VCR. Which one uses less power?
Now I've got one out there that's got the VCR DVD recorder on it.
Yeah.
Now that one right there is a rare find.
Books. And I'm afraid to tell you the DVD player uses less electricity than the VCR.
Really?
Yep. Because the DVD player only has a motor for one thing. The VCR has where it pushes it down and pokes the
Take it
cover up, and then pushes the heads out, and then plays.
You know,
And it actually spikes up pretty high when it does all that when it starts to play.
really.
Yep.
And the
'Cause
whole time,
I've got the meter over there, and I was curious because weird like that. So, because I wanted to know if things got bad and I had to run a television and a VCR or a DVD player, which one used less electricity, and it was the DVD.
Carol Z, I had one at one time. She had a TV that played VHS tapes or VCR disc, but
Yeah,
the one
and
played the
I
disc.
don't know about the Blu-ray because we just use the PlayStation 3 for Blu-rays. I do have a Blu-ray though burner in my other computer that I could
Now,
probably rig up.
a Blu-ray VCR, will it play regular VCR disc on there?
You mean a Blu-ray play regular DVDs?
Yeah, that's what I meant.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
I was getting out of it when they were coming in. But for the simple fact is, at that time, them things was expensive. And
Oh
I
yeah.
also remember when the VHS tapes was what, $700-800 when they first come out.
You mean the players?
Yeah.
Yeah. Who remembers Betamax
Oh God, I stayed away from him.
and the big disc? It was a CD, but it was a big disc.
Yeah,
What
but
they call those?
case. Well, Grape Jams,
I forget
really,
what they call those.
you don't have to leave because we talking about VHS and VCRs. No, she is very tired. And the way I understand it, that family right there, when they work, they work. You know, they've got something like I'm gonna say a mini farm. Okay, they got a little bit of everything.
What did you say they have?
We call it like a mini farm around here.
Oh, I thought you said a mini bar.
Mini bar? I'll take one.
Farm.
But
I hope you're feeling better, Grape Jams.
She's been sick.
Yeah. The 5-inch floppy is for the computer. Yeah, I'm shutting up on that. There's a damn joke on that. I want to say so damn bad, and I'm gonna leave it alone.
Yeah, laser disc. That's what it was, laser disc.
Great Jams. What life wants to know is that bar for short people. Damn, 101 will be over there about every afternoon, wouldn't he?
Did you check and see if he's going live tonight?
No, I didn't. And I know
we know how accurate he is with
here lately, yeah.
I don't see anything right away, so more than likely he's not. And didn't he say, I'll see you guys Wednesday?
No, he said Friday.
Well, we said Friday. Because we know how
he is.
Yeah. Well, we said Friday or Saturday. Because he said Wednesday. Well, he did come. He did go Monday, so I guess we get lucky.
Now that surprised me big time. Him going live.
Yeah. because he usually doesn't go. But he was so excited about his new flashlight.
Flashlight. Yeah, I don't think I've ever seen anybody get so excited over a flashlight than 101. To me, it's like a kid at Christmas time. Okay, Susie D, he just checked. He said he's not
Yeah,
going.
there's nothing. Where did I just put my? See,
What?
now I done lost my flashlight. I was gonna
Dude,
do a review on my flashlight, and I misplaced it because
I've got one of the old school mag lights, 3-cell, 3D size batteries. But I'm wanting the real old ones where I think they had 5D size batteries when they first come out.
Okay, shut up, Jeff. I'm talking here. It's my flashlight. You flip this little thing up here, and then you can hit this button. Sorry, 101, if you're still watching.
I'm not sorry. I think it's funny. It's going to surprise me if he comes back on and says, y'all both assholes. Okay,
there are people that are real interested in them flashlights, though.
Look.
Me, I look, okay, I can see over there, and this is how I charge it. I'm good. That's the only thing. If I can see over there, and it works good. That's good for me.
Well, see, to me, now this is me. All right, you can't see past the light when you got the light on. That's it. But now, if you ain't got no light on and it's dark outside, you look for movement.
Although I wouldn't want to spend the money, but I would like to have those ones where it's like the sun on somebody's house.
Oh my God!
That you could see. You know, it looks like it's daytime. Those would be cool to have, and then turn off and hide real quick.
Especially for your annoying neighbors.
Just cover the house with Christmas lights. Go Christmas.
Yeah, hey, yeah, Christmas vacation. You know, the way he done his house.
Yeah.
Man, I don't know. We bitching and griping if our light bill goes up over $150.
Yeah.
Imagine what the light bill on a house like it would cost.
I mean, there's probably going to be families this year like, oh, that's way too many lights on that Christmas tree. Let's turn them off.
Well, I'm gonna say this right here. When our youngins was home, day after Thanksgiving, we put the tree up. Okay. Because presents. We already had presents we could put up underneath them. You know. And with my family and my wife's family, you could not see half of that tree. You know, that's how it would be stacked.
Especially with the grandkids.
Yeah. And now that me and the wife live by ourselves, the kids don't come out here for Christmas or nothing like that. You know, we go there.
Yeah.
We don't even put up a Christmas tree no more. To us,
I didn't last year.
It's depressing. It really is.
Yeah. The kids know this too. It's holidays are. I don't like holidays anymore because my wife used to, every holiday, I don't care what it was, she would decorate the house. It was a celebration thing, and we would celebrate it and whatnot.
Good. God
And then
Almighty, Susie D.
since she passed and everything, I can't get into holidays. It's just
Yeah.
I
you can't. I mean, I put Christmas tree up and stuff for the kids, and we had Christmas, and it's just not the same.
no.
Right.
Susie D. I love flashlights. I wanted to ask him about those stupid rechargeable batteries I have. Police size, 900,000 lumens.
That's a lot.
That would light up a damn forest. Matter of fact,
Can you pick the light? Can you pick that flashlight up? Figure it'd be like this big around.
I would think you could literally start a damn forest fire with that thing. What about like a searchlight they used to have back in the old days?
Yeah.
So you could spot a spaceship with that thing. I tell you what, though. I tell you, I tell you what. Ain't nobody sneaking up on her.
Yeah. I do I do like when he gets talking about the ham radios and stuff. To me, that's more interesting than the flashlights.
Well, for us, it is okay.
Yeah,
Uh, you
but
got
like I
there.
said, there's other people that are really interested in the flashlights.
Right,
Yeah,
but you know,
especially these newer ones, because like I was telling him about the Olight, they wanted me to do a review on it, and they'd send me one and stuff. But I'm like, they're way too expensive. I can't see, giving a review and telling people, and and that little cooker thing that I did a review on, I even told people, I said, that's way too much money. I said, it's a very good company and it's very well made and everything, but $99 is too much.
for a stove like that,
Yeah.
no, I'd
And
go.
it doesn't, you can actually use a battery. Well, I'm not telling people to do this, but you can get a converter and use a battery, and you can actually cook with this thing because it uses that much less electricity. But still, that's a lot of money. But everything's a lot of money nowadays.
What, one of them easy bake ovens?
No, I think it was 2 cups, a cooker for 2 cups.
Okay.
But like I said, I just told people that I think it's just too much money.
Shit.
And they actually thanked me and told me that when they have a new product that they're bringing out that's supposed to be ran off of solar, that they want me to do another review on it, which I didn't think they would because I told everybody it was too expensive. But evidently that's what they want. They want somebody to be honest, not somebody that kisses their butt just because they give them something for
They
free.
don't want a yes man or
Yeah.
yes. Yeah. Send me one. I'll be honest about it. No,
Hmm.
you
Yeah,
know.
I got um well, let me go get it. No.
All right. Before I spend that much money, I'll take one of the racks out of my ovens and put over a fire to cook with. Yeah, I'm reading chat a little bit.
Now, Watt will probably know all this stuff. It's actually a generator cord, 25 feet, 10 gauge.
Yeah, that's some good stuff.
And it's got a carrier. Oh. Now here comes the nosy cats.
Of course, they heard a box. Hey,
Here's something
And
opening.
it's yellow, so you can't hardly see it. But
my God,
What?
that's to hook your house up to a generator.
yep.
Well, what type of generator do they think you got? When they
And I just noticed this. I thought they said it had 2 males on it, but as you can see, one of them's a female. But evidently, this is supposed to go into the plug that you hook up to your house. I thought it would be a male, but what?
I think the one coming off the house is the male.
No, this goes. I think this one. I don't know now.
Give me a minute. Let me see. Day. I don't know if you can see me or not, but I'm still here.
It's for 250 volts.
Oh, the plug in.
Yeah. I hate this.
And it's 25 feet long. I didn't think it was that long.
Damn, you can jump rope that thing.
It has 4 prongs. One is bigger than other ones. I don't know if you can see that because you're probably on a phone.
Who, me?
Computer.
And if you can see that one's bigger than the other ones. Actually, one looks like it's bent. Or it just looks like it.
That's the way it's supposed to be. What life? I hope this is you. It's got a picture of a female up there.
What?
Huh?
I hope you ain't turned on us.
Well, like I said, they and I thought it was going to be an extension cord for my generator. I didn't know they were sending me this thing.
What? I'll send you an email.
Because the one I have for my house is male. It's both of them are male. One goes in the generator and one goes into the. And I'm not suggesting people do this. So, and I have it plugged into the outlet in the house, but it's a special outlet. So.
Well, I hope it's the right Watt Life, but I sent him an email.
Oh, he's in chat.
Yeah, but I figure, he can answer you a lot quicker. Like yesterday.
Did he send
Yeah.
Yeah, well, yeah, I know
But
you went chat.
the thing is, I don't, my generator isn't big enough for that plug anyway. So it doesn't have hookups for that. It's just a 110.
Okay.
Because I don't need to run a dryer or a stove or anything like that. I just use it for recharging stuff and the refrigerator and freezer.
Well, Watt said he did not get the email, so if I have a female pop up, I know it was the wrong one.
Well, I can send it.
Yeah, boy, the wife's already looking at me. Well, look, I'm gonna go take a shot right here, and
I just sent the link. He can't get
Okay.
up here with when if you're not here.
Oh. Now we done that with 101 one night. We thought it was funny.
Oh, actually, what did send me something? Mandela effect. I have to look at that.
Wait a minute.
Yeah, we were just talking about that the other day too.
Okay. This is now what this is you, right? The real you.
We'll find out.
All right, here we go.
Oh no, that's not him. Oh no.
Hello? Hello?
No, that voice does not go with the picture that I saw. Trust me.
Oh, I don't know who that was, man. It was a swell looking person.
uh, you ought to put your name up there in the invite and see what pops up.
Does it say what any amperage rating on the cord on the packaging?
Now,
30.
shot for y'all.
30?
Yeah.
Okay. Just like anything like that, if you had a 30 amp cord, you would need a 30 amp receptacle. If you had a 50 amp cord, you would need a 50 amp receptacle.
Yeah. That's why I said it's too big for mine.
And
Because when they said, "Oh, we'll send you a extension cord for your generator, and you can do a review," okay, I can always use an extra extension cord. And when I went to the post office, and this guy's picking it up like this, and he says, "I think somebody sent you something liquid," and I'm like, "What?" And I picked it up. I'm like, "Holy crap, that's heavy!" And
yeah, they're heavy.
I puzzled what it was, and I got it home and opened it up, and I was like, "The hell is this?" And then I remembered they going to send me a cord for my generator, and I was like, "Well, they need to send me a generator next for the cord."
That'd be sweet. Or send you one that would be compatible to what you got.
Yeah, but I'll still do a review of how the cord looks, I guess.
Well, it looks pretty solid. Yeah, them type of cords are heavy. But
Yeah.
a lot of those installs, but pretty much what the receptacle is. It might
Oh
just be
yeah.
a standard dryer or a stove receptacle,
Yeah.
depending on if it's 3-prong or 4-prong.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't like saying it on because people get the wrong idea and they might believe something. But
But you have to have it installed properly
yeah,
by someone that knows what they're doing.
yeah. There. Well, you can explain it better than I can. Usually, where you have the receptacle going into your box,
Mm-hmm.
and you have to shut off you have to have a switch for your main power, right?
Oh yeah, you
Yeah.
put in this. You put in the whole system. So if you ever have to engage it, it would automatically kick in at that point, whatever your generator could haul, and depending on what you can what the output is, would be depending on what you could control in your house, be it
Yeah.
your stove, maybe a couple circuits for some lights, maybe a hot water heater, maybe refrigerator circuit, something like that. Keep
Yeah.
things stable.
Yeah, there's some real expensive ones that you can dial in what you allow and what you don't want to be run by your generator.
Oh yeah, yeah, they're pricey.
Try to
Some of
remember
them
that.
are pricey. Generac's a good brand.
Yeah,
Uh,
that's
we
money.
do we do a lot of generator installs. The company I work for, we're certified through Generac. We can sell them, install them, and service them.
Gas and propane.
Yep. Now that's a pretty extensive job. That's almost like it's almost like a full electrical upgrade at that point. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
You got to take time. You got to set a new panel. You got to rework circuits.
See, mine, and I'm not telling anybody to do this, but I have refrigerator and freezer ran on the same breaker. And whenever I have to do said thing, our power's out, I turn the breakers off of everything else and I run a male plug from the generator to a male plug to the receptacle. And it's only powering those or that breaker.
Yeah, that circuit.
And that's not a way, and that's not the way to do it either, but that's a poor man's way of doing it.
When all else fails, yeah.
How much you charge for a service call?
Oh, I think you'll be classified in the friends and family discount.
I'll go buy everything you need. All I want you to do is just come and hook it up.
You figure out how to get this apple butter recipe down packed, and we'll talk.
Dude, I already got my apple butter recipe.
I love it, but yeah, it's hard to find some good stuff like that.
Man,
yeah, there was apples at Rural King of all places, and I only bought one bag to test the apples first.
Were they any good?
They were okay, but I don't think I would do apple butter or applesauce with them.
Yeah. Well,
and I used to do the apple spice. It's basically pie filling, but you put the apples and the spice in it together, and the sugar, the lot of sugar, of course.
It's hard to find a good fruit like you used to. Apples, oranges,
Yeah,
whatever. But I will say this right here. If you're going to go buy fruit, stay away from Walmart.
Oh,
I mean, I'm sorry. Okay.
and nothing to say sorry about. They suck.
Yeah. You want your fruits and vegetables to have some flavor to them.
Yeah, I think it's just because they buy everything green and just send it to you, and by the time it gets to you, it looks ripe.
Well,
but the inside isn't.
What
it has
got
no flavor
is when I worked there, I bought a peach out there, because I was going to have it to go with my dinner. Went ahead and I paid for it, with a few more items or whatever. I got back there in the back and I bit into it. And I swear to God, I thought I was going to have a pry bar to get what teeth I had in there out. And I keep a sharp knife, literally. I mean, it's sharp, razor sharp. My damn knife wouldn't hardly cut that thing. That's how hard that peach was. And after one of the workers walked in there with me he said, "Man, you got a peach?" I said, "Yeah." I handed it to him. I said, "I didn't take but one bite of it. I ain't really crazy about it. That's where I cut it." I handed it to him and he bit into it, and the expression on his face, oh my God. He threw the damn thing across the parking lot.
Hey, Grace.
Hello, Grace. How you doing?
Yeah, it was a bad year for the peaches around here.
Oh no, this was 8, 9 years ago.
Well, did you hear what? I keep calling her Megan because that's her name, but the Appalachian family, the True Grit, that's what it is.
Yeah,
I always forget their name. They lost theirs because of the frost.
Yeah, I saw.
Or they had a bad crop, so they actually had to go somewhere else to get their peaches.
Well, now I sent them an email last night asking them when are they going to have fresh sausage and side meat in. Because cold weather's coming in. I know it's close, but she hadn't sent me nothing back yet.
Like I said, they're busy.
Oh, I know that.
They as soon as they get as soon as he gets home, and she actually, if they ain't got too much stuff, she goes with him
Yeah.
and works all day.
Well, see, now to be truthful about
And
it, they live in the same state that I do. And I pulled it up, and it would take me about an hour and a half to go there. Okay. And I had all intentions of going there today. I wasn't even going to tell the wife. I told her, I said, when I wake up, I said, we'll take off.
that's what I was telling you about that festival that they were doing.
Yeah. Now,
That'd
see,
be
I
a good
didn't
one.
know about that festival until the day of. And it was closing time because she gave the time and everything. Hey, hell, time I got up there, everybody's done gone.
Yeah.
So, but I am seriously thinking about next payday. My ass is going up there just to see what they sell. And yes, they do sell to the public. And I saw on their webpage where you can click a link and see what they sell in their store. I did not click it because it was already like 1 o'clock, 12:30, something like that when I got on there. But I'll check it here in the next couple of days to see if,
That's what I used to like about that big flea market they used to have up near your way. They'd have all type of people set up with stuff like that.
Are you talking about the one in Virginia they have?
Yeah, we talked about it one time before.
Yeah.
It's a huge flea market.
It's in a field. It's where it's at.
Yeah, big old cow field.
Yep. And they have said, and I have seen pictures of it, when it rains up there, don't even think about driving down in there.
Oh, don't even think about it.
Yeah, up in there. And it seems like here the last 2 or 3 times they've had it, it's rained.
Hillsdale?
Yeah, Hillsville, Virginia.
Yeah, Hillsville, Virginia. That's it.
And I mean, they said how long it was and everything. Dude, I can't, there's no way on God's earth I can walk that no more. I can't even walk half of it. And you see people going in there with wagons, tromping through the mud and pulling the stuff around that they bought on that wagon.
Yeah.
And it lasts a whole weekend, don't it?
Yeah, it's I want to say it takes place during the Labor Day weekend. It's a once a year type thing.
It is.
But
And
even if
Hillsville,
you were a good walker and you went every day for every hour, there's no way that you could even see half of what was out there.
oh, it's bigger than the state fair. Yes.
Everything you can think of.
Yeah. And the bad thing about it is you got some vendors out there who ask top price for everything.
Mm-hmm.
But what it is, it's a haggling contest, mainly is what it is, to see how far you get them down. And they know that.
Wow.
And I'm not a haggler.
No,
They sold out them chickens already.
What chickens?
The chickens that they just processed. sold out for the season.
I guess a good thing.
Now, Vester, okay. Come on, anytime tonight. Like, damn. Okay. He says he lives about 45 minutes from there. They got so high on stuff, he quit going about 5 or 6 years ago.
I probably hadn't been in probably 8 or 9 years,
Yeah.
maybe a decade.
Now, I wouldn't mind going, but I want something like a golf cart when I go.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, I hate to say it, but
You should be able to get one from your doctor.
shit, I got
No, I'm serious. I'm serious.
a golf cart or a wheelchair.
No, there's little scooters.
I got one.
Oh, okay. Well, use one of those things to get around.
Man, you ain't seen how much mud they got up there. That thing wouldn't get 3 feet off the road before it got stuck up.
Well, don't go when it rains then.
Yeah,
Going
but
down is easy. It's coming back up.
On them little things.
it seems like that's the only time it happens. They get rain is when it comes to town.
I had a friend who used to go up there all the time.
Yeah. And she told us don't never go up there when it's raining, especially if you got a clean car.
Yeah, mobile scooter.
For years, my granddaddy used to set up there and sell antiques and stuff. Him and his buddy DC. They used to take a big U-Haul up there every year.
Well, now they've got what we call Buckhorn Flea Market, and it's close to Durham. Now, it's a pretty good sized place. Don't get me wrong. But the last 2 or 3 people I've heard that has went up there is bad. You know,
Yeah.
car get broken into or your pocket to get picked or something like that. And when they first come out, on the weekends during the summertime, unless you went when they opened up, you could not find a parking place, a good one.
We used to go up there right much. Used to.
Okay, I thought the other Watt Life was fixing to show up.
I don't know that part. We are not affiliated in any way, shape, or form.
The weird one?
Well, I clicked it. What we got?
Hey, that's my music.
Hey y'all, it's Lady.
Okay.
Glad you're here today. Before we get started today, remember to hit that like button. That always helps me out and helps other people view my videos.
That's an apple pillar. I
got one.
Today,
I was going to get one, and I said,
I wish I could take it
because
outside over an open flame
it
with a big old
wasn't the
light.
one I
Make
wanted,
it
but
that way,
it was,
Maybe
plastic.
that's
Yeah.
today, so I'm gonna show you the next best thing.
Well, I tell you,
It's gonna be all
you
on the
with one of them,
stove
you can go through a bag of apples in about 3 minutes.
Yeah.
Trust me.
Yeah. The one I found at Goodwill was plastic, and I was like, I don't know if I want to do plastic because I want to get the metal one.
Yes. I got mine off of Amazon about 3 or 4 years ago. All right.
3 hours from start to finish. So not too bad for a delicious treat, especially this winter on some homemade biscuits, y'all. Don't get no better than that. So went up to Cana, Virginia, got me a box of apples. There's a place I like going up there called the Mountain Man, and I always go up there and get my peaches and apples. So I'll be freezing some peaches later today too.
Do you know where that is, Jeff?
So we're gonna go ahead and get started. I've got my apples soaking in some water. I like to wash them first.
How far it is
I've
from
got
me.
my handy dandy apple peeler and core. If you're gonna be making apple butter, you can make it with the peelings. So this thing right here makes life 100 times.
Sounds familiar.
So let's get going.
She's right about that apple peeler, and you can take that decor off of it.
Yeah, she got a
So I don't
solid
have
one.
any heat on my apples over here yet. I'm just adding them to the pot.
That's the type of
These are
apples I
getting
get.
apple peelings.
It's not going in the bowl. There it
Bowl's
goes.
too high.
Whoop.
These
All
right
done.
here, this variety of apples, they are super duper soft. That's what you're looking for
Granny
when you're going to be
Smith.
making apple butter or dehydrating apples for pies or anything like that. You like these soft tart apples. Seem to do the best. It doesn't take them as long to cook down. If you use the apples from the grocery store, I mean, you can, but I'm going to tell y'all from experience, it does take a little longer for them to cook. So find you a local orchard, go get you some good green apples. And it's still a little early for apples around here yet, but they had some early apples coming in, so I went ahead and grabbed some while I was in the area.
I put mine in the crock pot and let it cook all night.
There you go. Oh yeah.
It chopped that top right off, didn't it?
Yeah.
That don't
Now-
even take 5 seconds.
Now it's also got where it can make slices on it too. And I see she took hers off. No, she didn't either.
I was gonna say that looks like slices to me.
Oh, that's cool. And it
Yeah.
records it.
Yep.
All right, I got
Oh, that's
all my
super
apples
simple.
peeled and cored. If you want to keep your apple peelings and your cores, you can make apple cider vinegar out of that if you want to. I'm going to take mine to the chickens. That'll be a nice cool treat on this hot day. So
Bullshit. Them
plan
chickens
so
be
far.
eating sweet.
now what we're going to do, my pot's full. Now this right here is probably 10, 12 pounds of apples, what I'm using here. So now I'm going to pour about a quart of water in it. That's just to keep apples from sticking to the
You
bottom.
know
of
how
the
hard
pot.
it is to find those
Cut
pots?
this on
Yeah.
Because
medium heat.
all it is
And now I'm gonna let
aluminum
this cook
crap
until these
nowadays.
apples are really
It's a
soft.
good
and
looking pot.
juicy.
That's heavy duty.
That's
Yeah,
what we'll do here.
thick bottom.
Like I said, I'm making this the old-fashioned way, so I'm not going to be using a blender or anything. That's another reason I didn't want them peelings in there. So we'll let that cook down, take about 15 minutes, and I'll be back with you.
No,
Mhm.
I put mine in the crock pot.
Now, I
Put
do
the
like to go
slices
through
in it.
and mash them up a little bit with my spoon.
Wake up next morning, it's done.
Just keep an eye on it. Stir it every few minutes. You ain't got to constantly stir it, but like I said, don't want apples sticking to the bottom. And somebody was asking in one of my other videos where in the world I got this big old pot from. Let me tell y'all, this is my favorite pot of all time, especially this time of year doing this kind of stuff. So the name brand on it is a Biltmore, and if I'm not mistaken, it came from Belk's, and I want to say it was a wedding gift. I know Mama bought it for me, but I can't remember if it was a wedding gift or a birthday gift. Mama, if you watch this, comment down there and tell them when you got this for me, because I can't remember. Ain't that awful? But yes, I use the
You won't have to
fire
remember
out of this
that.
pot right here. So leave in the comments, are y'all getting apples yet? Like in your area? I know everywhere is different. Like I said, ours, this is a little early for apple stuff, but they had some up there, and I was getting peaches anyway, so went ahead and got some. Tried to can peaches a few years ago. Had some tough results, and I hadn't tried since. I know I should try again, but I haven't. I just usually peel them and slice them and freeze them, and they seem to do fine that way. Only thing I don't like about it is it takes up freezer space, but I may try to make some peach butter. That would probably be really good.
Yes, it
I don't know
would.
if I try it or not.
I'm gonna have to try that.
What, feeding them to the chickens?
No, hell no, them chickens wouldn't get that. I'd make pectin out of mine. I'm sorry. Try some peach butter.
Oh yeah, that stuff's good. Oh,
But you see, I've been wanting to do pears, okay? For the
That'd be
last
good
2
too.
years, I can't find pears.
yeah, spiced
Get our apples into the food
pear
meal.
butter.
Yeah,
Y'all, I
man.
looked up last year. I found this
Oh,
thing
look there, Jeff.
at the Goodwill.
Yeah, I'm looking at that. I'm glad.
$5.
Yeah,
Probably just somebody cleaning out somebody's
check
house
that
and
out.
found it, I reckon.
I want one of those so
Thanks to
bad.
Goodwill.
What I bought one today from Goodwill for $3.
So I'm just gonna
One of
put
those?
apples down in
Yep.
Yeah,
there.
food meal.
Dang, yeah, you got a good one then.
Yeah.
Yep.
$3.
It's got all three blades to it.
That's
I
because they
don't
didn't know
I
what it
don't know
was.
We get done
why
with
it
this
was
step,
sold at Bath and
you'll have
Beyond though,
applesauce. So
but
if you want to know how to make applesauce, it's just like this. And you add your little sugar.
I'm
We're
glad
gonna
she's
take it down
doing that.
farther than applesauce.
who has one of those food mills at home?
That's something my grandma definitely would have had for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's an old one.
Like one of them
I'm gonna
old school
say that's
flour
at least,
cookers.
I'm gonna say that's at least 40 or 50 years old.
Oh yeah, at least.
What I'll tell you, like I told Bushcraft, when I saw that food mill today at Goodwill, that sucker stuck to me like it made that on me.
Yeah, you can still find some good treasures in there sometimes.
Yep.
Back in the day, people, if they wanted something such as apple butter, they had to make it themselves. Same goes for just about anything else, Nowadays, people ready to throw $1 at anything, and you can go to the store and buy apple butter. You can go to the store and buy, shoot, just about anything you want for now, anyway. Just take some of the, I don't know if magic is the word for it, but if you go to the
Big
store,
Farmer wants to know what a silver berry.
Like you sit here and turn this thing for an hour, turning up all these apples. You know
That's
what?
true.
It may just not taste as good either.
Jeff would. I still
wonder
see
if
Jeff
home cooked
cutting
meals
the
and
end of
stuff
that
like this
thing
taste
off
better.
and putting a drill on it.
Put into it.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Put into it is what makes it taste so good.
You let me work mine a couple of hours and see how fast I do it.
Reverse.
That's it. Keep putting them in there.
Oh yeah.
I may buy me another one just to do that with. Well, I got a 3/8 drill. That looks like a half.
Man,
Said,
look
we're
at
making applesauce. Add whatever sugar or cinnamon or whatever you want to add, and
You
there's
damn
your
right.
applesauce. But we're gonna take it another step further. Add to our old-fashioned apple butter is about a half a cup of molasses, which is about what that right there is.
Dark molasses.
Ooh,
Damn, that's gonna be good.
yeah.
This right here, some homemade from a fella up the road.
Jalapeno
It is
apple
so,
butter.
so good. So
No, hell no. You just ruined it right
thing we're
there.
gonna need is a cup of brown sugar. This is a half a cup measuring thing, so when you put 2 in there, that's why.
Sound like you did get some more brown sugar. I wouldn't do that to begin
A
with.
cup of white sugar.
Damn.
How much did she say?
A cup of brown, a cup of white, and a half a cup of molasses.
Light brown sugar.
And we're gonna do about a tablespoon of cinnamon.
Cinnamon. That's all?
A teaspoon of real vanilla extract.
Real.
Yeah.
I still got to. Maybe I'll do that tomorrow. I'll go down and buy some rum tomorrow.
Ooh, it smells
Keep
so
forgetting.
good.
Yeah,
Hey,
that'd be
you
good.
got the real-
I like the bottle she has though.
It takes, if you
We're gonna
make
put
it
our heat
on
on
6
medium.
months,
You said
well, yeah,
Oh, I'd leave it in for a year.
that'd work.
And now once it's
We
at
got
this
enough
point, you got to
fruits
kind of
to
keep an
run
eye
with
on it. And we're going to let it simmer down and cook about an hour or two till it's the thickness that I want.
Get you a drill, hell, get you a mixer and mix it a lot quicker.
He's got drill on the brain.
Yeah, it's your fault.
It's rain is drilling.
You gotta skim this stuff off.
Damn.
Dang.
You saw that too, huh? Yeah, I want half the butter right there.
Now this apple butter's been cooking about an hour and a half, something like that, and it's a good thick consistency, and it's gonna thicken up even more once we put it in the jars. So we're ready to get this stuff canned.
My problem is once I can it up, I break into it.
Yeah,
Or
she
apple
heated her
butter,
jars
anything
up
like
too.
that.
Uh-huh.
Another way to keep mold from growing on top, which does happen occasionally, is to get all the moisture out of your jar. So I wash these jars real good and I put them in my oven. And that is one of the best ways to keep mold from any of your jellies or anything like that. So
Yep.
just remember your jars are hot. Use the oven glove to pick them up.
Is she gonna pressure can or water bath?
I don't know.
I'll get it in here.
I haven't watched this one yet.
I'll go ahead and cut my heat off. This stuff is hot. I had
I
some
can't
pop out
remember
on
what I
it.
did in mine.
It felt good.
Yeah, don't. This be like frying bacon. And if frying bacon naked, you don't want to do this naked either.
Oh, hell no.
Mm.
No, not bacon. Chicken livers. I would fry bacon naked quicker than I would chicken livers.
Take that off, put it on the next jar.
That's what I forgot to get some, man. I went up there after it too. See what you did?
I'm doing I just right with you.
Yeah, right. You sitting over there. Here, let's go here. Let's go there.
I didn't.
I'm wanting to make some apple butter now.
Oh yeah.
I've got cranberries in there that I bought. I need to do something with. I think I'm gonna make cranberry jelly or something. Okay, I seen her do it that time. I didn't see it that time, man. Maybe she had already done it.
Holy shit. Nine. Damn, 9 points. Good. Well, you can kill the music.
It's not mine. What? Turn your music off. I think she forgotten what's on.
Hey, Dick Digger. Glad you could join. I got to pull the thing up on the spices to put in mine because I made mine a little bit different last year.
That's what I was going to ask you is because she says that's Appalachian apple butter. So I was wondering if that's the same recipe as you do.
It is the first 3 or 4 go rounds. I did it the way she done it right there. But last year, I went a little bit different and put different spices in mine along with the sugar. And they said they liked it better than what I've been doing.
Did you remember what you put in?
Nope.
It's True Grit Appalachian something or other. I can get you the link here. They're gonna wonder where's all these new subs coming from.
Where is she out of? Damn, I can't think of it. A little community, and it's close to Virginia state line. Darn, I can't think of it. But I think me and Bushcraft both has talked to her about coming up on our channels.
Yeah,
But she won't do
she's
it.
all ready to do it. She just and like I said, I want both of them. If
Yeah.
the whole family, if you guys can make it, because it's just better, you know. And they've just got so much stuff going on. By the time they get in the house, it's dinner and then bed.
Yeah. And they start what, like 4:30 in the morning when they start?
Yeah. That's
And-
usually when we email is and I know I keep weird hours. And it's at 4:30 in the morning when she emails.
Yeah. Well, at least she emailed you. She didn't email me.
Well, it took 3 or 4 days.
Shit, I'm going on till 3 weeks.
Well, like I said, this last 2 weeks have been nonstop. Well, you
Yeah.
can see just by their videos.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Carol Z says she's already subscribed to her.
yeah.
So if y'all go to her channel, tell them either Bushcraft or Bear Truth sent y'all. That probably plugged us a little bit too. I couldn't even tell you how many followers she's got or they've got.
Like 15 or 16,000. Well, let me look. I'm on the page. 15.7.
Damn.
So they're almost at 16,000. And they do really good on their view wise on their videos.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And you got another thing I like about them. Everything they do is old school.
Yeah.
You
And
know,
that's what I was bringing up on mine was the gifts. That apple butter half of it will probably go out to family members for Christmas or their birthdays and stuff. And I mean, there's people that would like turn their nose up at that stuff. But if you know the time and effort it goes into making that, just that one jar, I mean, and this is most of the stuff that she makes is from their homestead.
Yeah.
Like the apples and they usually have peaches, but this year they had the peaches didn't turn out.
Well, now, did you see the video they put out today where they was planting strawberries?
Strawberries,
Yeah. Dude, Lord have mercy. He bought what was it? 100 plants that he bought, and he said he should have planted them last month. He don't know how they're going to do this year. On kind of they get frost. We in the same state and everything, but they'll get frost before we do. Cause they in the foothills. I'm down toward the sand hills. And I've tasted some. Now you got apple butter that's off the hook. That's how good it is. and then you can go buy a jar and take a taste of it and throw that shit in the trash.
Yeah.
You know.
Use it for hair gel.
I believe you'd go bald. The hair would be scared of it. But there is something I've been wanting to try. That's what you call pear butter. It's done up the exact same way apple butter's done. But around here where I'm at, I can't find no pears.
You go to a farmer's market, you might can.
I don't think they got it.
Mm-mm.
Because pears around here is not as popular as they used to be. And when the other one said peach butter, oh, I'm pulling up a video on that one. I don't care if I have to make it with canned peaches. I'm gonna try it.
If you could pick one, what would you rather have, peach butter or pear butter? Or you
I've
could.
never tasted neither one of them.
Really?
The closest I've come would be pear preserves. Okay.
Gotcha.
And the last time I had good pear preserves is, oh God, we've been married, what, 40 some years?
Yes, they're in New Jersey, or I mean, North Carolina.
Yeah.
Yeah, I better not put Jeff further north than he already is. He's already
I'd be
Yankee up there in North Carolina.
It's been over 50 years since I've had some good pear butter. I mean, pear preserves. And well, I call her Granny, but she wasn't kin to me at all. She made hers homemade, and that was some of the best damn pear preserves I've ever eaten, period. And, you know, it's like I've said, the best cooks around that I remember was a grandmother cooking, you know, and that's a lost art now because you can't
Cooking?
find. No,
No, it is. Cooking is,
well,
because everything is like, oh, Uber, come here, or no,
really.
DoorDash. Yeah, Uber's a ride, isn't it?
You wait till the next one shows up. I bet you I've done had 4 Ubers come in for next door. Next one that comes in, yeah, I'm them.
Oh, do Uber deliver food though?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought that was just DoorDash. I thought Uber was a ride.
Yeah, Uber is a ride. DoorDash. Okay. But,
Uber does it too. They call it the Uber Eats division.
Oh, really? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Never mind. Yeah. But yeah, everybody they don't cook anymore.
now I'll admit, back when I had youngins home, you know, living and shit, it wasn't just our youngins, it was neighborhood youngins. Okay. We all we got to do is open up the cabinet to get a pot out, and bam, the kids is there. Hey, you know, me and the wife, we'd cook for an army. All right. I mean, we'd have all 4 burners in the stove going at the same time cooking.
That sounds like me on Sundays.
Yeah.
Because, well, I don't do it anymore, but I used to for football.
We do.
And I would have the Coshocton football team, pretty much most of them over here watching the game. And
Oh, yeah. Well, now, a lot of times I would gather up half of the neighborhood kids and I would take them to a restaurant. And I ain't talking like McDonald's or nothing like that back in the day. I'm talking, you know, nice restaurants. Okay. I take them out, get them all something to eat. And what, 20, 30 years ago, hell, it was like 40 or 50 bucks, and which was expensive, but yet, I mean, I wouldn't trade it. And the following week, the kids that didn't go that go round, they would go the next go round. That's how I treated the kids. I mean, I'd have it looked like a clown car, okay? And I had a couple of them in there, ain't never been to a restaurant. Did not know how to order food. But I tell you what, their parents got pissed at me because some of them was not supposed to eat meat. Or nothing. Yeah.
Whoops.
Yeah, I mean, damn, let them live a little bit. Let them try a little bit of this and that. They liked the meat better than what mom and daddy was serving at the house. And I worked with one of them. And shit, he'd be the first one to go to a restaurant and get something to eat. But I mean, that's
Grace.
That was fun times when kids were little coming up.
Oh no. Yeah. But that's when they was coming up,
But you're going out and have a good time.
Yeah. And still, when I talk to one of them, they bring that up. They said that, when we were kids, there was always one house in the neighborhood. If you wanted to find your kid or something like that, you go to that house. That was our house where all the kids was. And you couldn't get to the front step on kind of bicycles and everything. But, God, I truly miss them days.
All them grown up now and then had babies and kids and
Yeah. And we ain't seen none of them.
we'll see a few
Well,
every now and then.
my ex-boss man, his son, he's doing damn good for himself. He's got his own business. He's got dozers. He's got dump trucks. And I mean, he's doing government work.
Tonka toys.
Yeah, big Tonka toys. But, he's doing good. Vester, I wish I had a time machine. I would love to go back in them days. I don't know. I used to hear my daddy say, back in my day, this and that, and I would always say, hell, here we go again. Now, I'm doing the exact same thing my daddy done.
Oh, here we go again.
Yeah. Yeah, he had to walk 10 miles to school uphill both ways.
In the snow, too.
Yeah, barefooted.
In the mountain.
Yeah.
I asked him, I said, how in the hell was there uphill both ways? He said it was in the valley. And I said, well, that means that you slid down sometime. I'm gonna say this again. My daddy was a mountain man. Okay, he was raised up in the mountains. And one of the stories he used to tell, I got a kick out of it, is he would get something like a cardboard box. And he said the pine trees up there were so cotton picking thick that he would skim across the tops of them. I looked at him one day and I said, what would have happened if somebody would have came along and cut one of them trees down? He said he'd hit the ground on his ass. He said, which has happened. And now, even till this day, I've got a mental image in my mind of my daddy skimming across the top pine trees. I cannot get that out of my head. So, Lordy, Lordy.
And you had to pump water, was it uphill?
Oh, hell yeah. He had running water before it ever went to pipes. He had to run the water up the hill in buckets. But
Daddy was something.
oh, but here it is. After 10 o'clock, I just now looked up at the clock, didn't realize we've been on this long. But I'm going to wait another 5 minutes and make it even 3 hours.
There you go.
I have been busy, plain and simple. I'm not ignoring y'all. I've just been busy. So, Bushcraft, you got any last words you want to say?
No. Just Bigfoot will be live tomorrow night at 8 o'clock. Dig Deeper Ministry.
Yep.
And then I'll be back on Bushcraft Friday, and then I don't know if Lake and Bigfoot are going live Saturday or not.
I think 101 quit going live on Saturdays because everybody is over on Dig Deeper.
No, yeah, he doesn't. He doesn't go look and see who's on or anything. He just goes live.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, Susie D, I appreciate it. She said it's been a good show. Wait a minute. GOID. I think she meant to say OO. Your typing is like my voice texting.
You never know what you're going to get.
Exactly. What? Anything you want to say?
Appreciate you having me up here. And remember, sometimes life is 10% about what happens to us and 90% of how we react to it.
Well spoken. I do say, I want to say this right here for all of our veterans who are watching. I salute each and every one of y'all. I thank y'all for what y'all do.
Yeah, that first responders,
Yeah.
Popo, even though there's bad ones, there's majority of them are good.
Yeah.
So I mean, without y'all, yeah, I said y'all, we wouldn't have our freedom like we got today, and freedom is not cheap. And I
No.
appreciate each and every one of you. So with that being said, I will catch y'all next Wednesday.
And what is today?
Huh?
What is today?
Hey, sit over and play your cards.
What is today?
Hump day. Hump day. And
You're slacking there.
yeah,
You're slacking, Jeff.
Look, it's going on 10 o'clock. My brain shuts down after that. All right. I hope each and every one of y'all has a good week and a better weekend. And I'm going to say something I don't think I've ever said. God bless each and every one of you. Bear Truth out.
Interesting.
Thank you. Let's see. I need to hit end stream first before I leave studio.